there, Katie from Look Inside, Love Your Life, and today I just want to do a little follow-up video on the video I put out about surviving a chronic flare. And so just to recap, I had some really severe pain, caused me to miss a couple of days of work, and sort of the way I got through it was kind of essentially by accepting the situation and not obsessing over it and just taking the steps I knew that I could take to get better and just focusing on that instead of like wallowing in this pain or this resistance to not liking what was going on. And that really helped me move through it much more gracefully than I would have in the past. So I started to feel this same pain crop up again, and I wanted to tell you guys about it because once you start paying attention to these different signals from your body, you can actually sometimes prevent a flare-up from getting out of control. And that's exactly what I did in this situation. So I started to feel this pain in the spinal cord here, and it felt like a burning, like not muscle, but definitely like my nerves were inflamed. And I recognized it immediately. I remembered the sensation. So that's number one, remembering the sensations, paying attention to those early warning signs. What do they feel like? Then number two, I remembered what actually helped me in the end, and that was stretching here, the scalene, and stretching here, the pecs. So I immediately did a scalene stretch once I realized what was happening, and very luckily that burning nerve feeling in the spinal cord went away. And then I just had lingering pain in my upper back. And then, it took several days, but by stretching my chest open, I was able to eventually get rid of that pain too, and prevented this whole crazy thing from happening. And now the big thing I noticed was that I realized what caused it. Like last time I wasn't sure, because there's always so many things happening at one time. You're like, was it this or was it that? Was I dehydrated? Blah, blah, blah. But I realized it was like I had picked up a heavy plant in front of me, carrying it like this. And the last time I was at the gym and I was picking up a weight like that. So what does that tell me? Basically, these muscles in the front got overworked and tightened up. Both instances, it was essentially the same movement that I noticed happened right before. So now I know, not that I can't lift heavy things in front of me, but that I just have to be mindful about it when I'm doing it and listen to my body a little more. If I'm not feeling strong enough, if it feels too heavy, or if I'm just not feeling good and I'm feeling kind of weak, kind of dehydrated, I'm going to stay away from that movement, or I'm going to at least know to stretch immediately afterwards and just pay more attention to what I'm feeling in that area. And also, I now know that that's a good area for me to focus on in my self-care kind of long term. I know that I'm tight there. A lot of people are. And I know that this is something I'm going to be more persistent with moving forward. So I hope that little tidbit helps you. You can't always prevent a flare, so if you try to and you fail, please don't feel bad about it. Sometimes things happen so quickly, there's just nothing you can do. But you can start to get this inventory of what's happening with your body by essentially being more mindful, and that will eventually build a case, so to speak, so that you can sort of narrow things down a little bit more. All right, so why don't you if you're feeling up to it, share any tidbits that you might have in the comments about similar things that may have happened to you, things that you've noticed, or ways that you've been tackling this. Maybe you write it down and record it. That's a really great idea for probably a lot of people. I'm someone that can keep a lot in my head, but a lot of people definitely need to write it down. So, having a journal or a log can help as well. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.